Because then we would never accept, or in the Garifuna, for example, that wherever there are still robust communities, it seems like the kind of blanket terms haven't necessarily dominated. And I think that that's also true because in what is now, of course, the United States, we still have strong communities from people who, whether they are, right? Because you could say Cherokee, but there's actually different Cherokees, right? And Ned Blackhawk's book, really, the map really shows you that the different names people had, or the Sioux. It's not just the Sioux. There's the Metawakan Sioux. There's other groups that are under that umbrella as well. And I think that, sometimes scholars now like to talk about the myth of Caribbean kind of genocide in terms of the complete eradication of the native population. And even though that is also not entirely accurate, there is, in the case of Haiti, La Española, I would not want to say that Native American genocide, Native Caribbean genocide is a myth. I would want to say that we need to understand it more fully, because in the 18th century kind of état civil, the civil registers, there are occasionally, you see enslaved Andeans, they call them enslaved Indians, being kind of bought or sold or getting baptized or getting married or being freed or, something like that. But it is a really small amount. And when Haitian authors of the 19th century and other scholars afterwards talk about the disappearance of this native population, they mean the community. They don't mean that there was never any mixture in the blood and people going into DNA and saying that. That's not what they mean. They say, look around, and this beautiful civilization, a remarkable people who were living on their own terms is gone. And so we have a lot of, in terms of the indigenous period, quote unquote, a lot of re-education to do and a lot of learning, even me, all of us, to do, because what we've been taught is a kind of simplified narrative.